your Jibun no. Like, I don't see how this happens. All right, before we jump into the full clip here, I wanted to give you a little bit of context for this. So recently, Hololive released a update for their errata cards. So these are updates to the cards which had errors on them that were included in a booster pack, the Chant Regalia, that was scheduled for release on April 17th. This is still being released, but they found a bunch of errors in the translation, and some of them are pretty egregious. So this morning on stream, we went through all of these different cards to talk about the translation, how this could have happened, why it happened, and some of the frankly embarrassing levels of translation on display. Yeah, so there's been some stuff going on, like a frankly absurd amount of issues with this TCG set that I saw some people talking about, like, oh, this got to be MTL. I don't think these issues are MTL. Yeah, Dan's here too. Of course.
Yes.
Because we're going to do Undertale later, hence the music.
Yeah,
So, I figured we would go over these cards. I did a little widget here to take a look at them all. And then we could just say, how the hell did this happen? Answer, I have no idea. They're not that complicated. They're really not that complicated. There's maximum care and then minimum care. And I think this is minimum care. There's no way. Like, okay, so like, you can see on the right, that's the error that they had to issue the correction for, right? And then the left is the Japanese card and then the Japanese text. So there's nothing here really, but it's the second portion. So you can see here it's, it uses in one turn. 相手のターンで自分の3期生を持つホロ面がダウンした時に使える. That's the key here, right? 持つ. The if your Hollow Men with Gen 3 is down. I don't know how the game itself works, but even as someone who doesn't know how the game itself works, this card text to me, this key here, motsu, is really important. Because this sounds like this, this is a
yeah, it's a keyword.
It's a keyword. It's not just sankise horomen. That would be what it is here. So they just kind of got rid of it.
Yeah, the thing that's interesting about these, even if you don't give a shit about Hololive,
MTL would pick that up.
Yeah, MTL would pick that up.
In fact, I will double check it right now. I made this copy pastable for that.
Of how translation of things from Japanese to English works in general. There's very little oversight, and the people who are doing it don't really know what the hell they're doing. So, like, people are very mad about this because these all went to print.
These are all printed. That's the crazy thing. They're printed.
Went to print, and they had to issue a ton of errata. So it really just shows...
Yeah, creature with flying. Very, very correct.
Yes, exactly. So something that could be the case here is that you could have translators who don't know how the hell card games work at all.
Yes, I think that's the most likely. Yeah, Grok gets it right too, which is why I think it's not MTL. I think what happened, we'll go through more of the cards, but I think what happened is somebody who's just not familiar with how card games work glossed this because they thought that sankise o motsu is like redundant. Because how could it be anything else, right? Obviously, I don't know how the game works. I don't know if you can change like...
I don't think that's going to be possible.
I don't think it's possible, but it's still important that it's phrased that, like,
rules text.
It's such a shot to the idea that, oh, Japanese is imprecise, right? Oh, it's you don't know, right? Oh, it's a high con. No. Japanese can be very precise, just like English. Yeah. This is a precise meaning. If this omotsu wasn't there, then yeah, the top text would be correct. It would be if you're Gen 3 Holomen. Because then it would be 自分の3期生のホロ面がダウンした時に使える. But it's not that. Because it might actually be, I just thought of what it could be. So it could be that there are cards with a member of Gen 3 on them, but that are not considered Gen 3 cards, right? So if it's like, Noelle's like something that she did, like an effect, right? Then you could think, oh, this is a Gen 3 card. But if it doesn't have the tag, sankise, then it would not be affected, right? There's issues with not having the card.
Right.
Let's go to the next one. Botantan. Everyone loves botantan. Again, it's the issues here are so weird. Like, 自分の白ボタンの L1 枚をアーカイブでできる。相手のセンターホロ面に特殊ダメージ30を与える。Right? So this is, you may archive one cheer from this Shishiro botan. But that's not correct.
Yeah, it's your.
Your. Jibunno. Like, I don't see how this happens. Because Jibunno is very clear. Your. Like,
Yeah,
like it has to
I don't
be.
know how you would get this from that.
Right, Dak makes a good point. Your card could have two different people on it, only one of which would have the tag. So a combination card might not work.
Yeah, this, like, I think that all of these and the fact that it went to print really goes to show both the difficulty of vetting translators.
Yeah, Hololive's a huge corporation.
And also just kind of an inherent problem within a lot of, like, the way that Japanese businesses work that allows for things like this to happen. You're not going, if you're a Japanese company, you're not going to be, like, laser focused and scrutinizing the people that you've already hired to do the job.
Yes.
If you have hired somebody to do the job, you let them do the job. The vetting process happens before all of that. Like, even if somebody potentially knew that something was, like, maybe off about these cards, the systems and the culture are simply not in place in Japanese businesses for somebody to say, hey, this is completely fucking wrong, you need to stop this right now.
Yeah, especially in a very traditionally Japanese company like a Hololive, where, you know, it's got the hierarchical structure. If your boss, you know, I'm sure, like, the section heads and stuff are not necessarily, like, super native English speakers or bilingual speakers who can make the final check.
Sup, chat? Welcome to the Japan
Thank you very much for the
Tripper.
resub, dude. Yeah, not only is Hololive a huge company, they have several talents that speak both English and Japanese fluently. But that's the thing, is, like, you would never ask, like, the talents to check their own cards. It's like,
Hell
that would be
no.
so rude. Like, hey, can you make sure my work is right? Like, ugh.
That's basically, like...
That's like asking, I don't know, like, have the janitor go to, like, the person staying in the hotel and say, hey, do you think your room is clean enough? Like, it fucking better be.
Well, also, it's like... in an American company, that might fly because there's more of a culture of distrust. But doing that to, like, a translation team, or doing that sort of thing, like, even if we're not talking about translation, like, if it was, say, like, you're hiring out a consulting firm to do a thing, and you have somebody else, like, double check their work, you're basically spitting in their face.
Well, so, I don't know how you say your name. That's a very long name. But the reason that you have to be so precise with this kind of wording, 1355, is I don't know if there's, like, mechanics in the game for you to steal other players' cards, but down the road there may be, right? So you have to be very precise with how you're wording this. So if it was just this, Shishiro botan, that leaves, there's ambiguity there now, right? So now it's like, well, if this card is, like, removed from play, or if it's taken by your opponent, then it comes into question, like, what if the card's not under your control anymore? So, or what if there's two on the field? This makes it very clear that it's jibun no your Shishiro botan. It is only your. It's exclusive. It's exclusive, while this is not exclusive. Even in Japanese, this is clear. Like, it has to be this way.
Within card games, the card text is the rule system.
Yes.
Cards need to be written to be as unambiguous and completely, like, just
Logically
they've got
sound.
to be airtight.
Yeah.
They've got to be airtight. There has to be no room for confusion or argument as to how a card effect works when people are using them on, like, while actually playing.
I don't think
It's
you.
like,
I mean, the thing is, like, translators use tools. People use like AI translation tools to check their work, but you can't just offload it all. You still
Yeah,
need to
you
have
can't.
somebody who is bilingual do the checking. Because otherwise, because what will happen, Alpha? Because I hear this a lot, right? It's like, oh, just have. I can't wait for AI to replace you guys. When they do that, you'll have an editor, and that editor will be the same kind of person who was approving the shitty Final Fantasy trade. I could right now go into Claude or Grok or whatever and say, here's this Japanese text, translate this in line with the historical translation practices of Final Fantasy, and it will give me garbage. And I'll say, no, we used AI tools for this, right? So that's the issue. Somebody still has to be like the final check at this point. There's not like an actual AGI style agent who can explain its reasoning to you in like a business setting. Not yet.
Yeah, in order to have actual, like, full-on translation, especially from Japanese to English, you would need to have basically general AI.
Well, yeah, but even for short, very literal things. But that's the thing is, you're making a veil, right? The veil has to be pierced. Somebody has to be responsible, right? Yeah, especially for short, literal things. Somebody has to be responsible, and so if you offload it onto an editor, like, you're then going to increase the amount of throughput. Like, they're not going to do the same amount of work. They're going to try and do more work.
The same sort of errors would happen if these people were using, like, Claude 3.5 or whatever AI system you wanted them to use.
Yeah, it's just somebody has to be responsible is the issue.
Yeah.
Next card.
Yeah.
This one is interesting, actually. I think this one is interesting. Shout out in Christ. Yeah, I've got all the text here. Okay.
Yeah, this is some peak card game
This is
shit.
peak card game shit.
This is peak card game shit. This is definitely somebody who is translating who does not know how card games work.
Yeah, so okay. このホロメンに赤エール. They call it エール. Is that like cheers, I guess? I've never heard that turn of phrase, but goes to show how much I know. 赤エールと青エールがついているなら、自分のアーカイブのエール2枚をこのハロメンに送れる. This is important.
That's like cheer.
送れる.
Yeah.
どちらか、意識 I forget the reading for it's not iro, it's like isn't it shiki? I always forget this reading.
Hang on, let me check.
Shiki. I was right. Is it shoku?
I
Shoku? Is it shoku or shiki? Oh, I hate this. I hate counters for colors. Ishoku? It's gotta be Ishoku. It's gotta be Ishoku. It's gotta be Ishoku. It's the same. No. Ishoku. Wait, hey! What the hell?
What?
YouTube is auto-translating Japanese stuff now. In my chat, it's never done that. Hey, Ishoku desu. Because it's saying it's the same, but that's not what SQ5 said. This is an issue. Hey, look, here's an actual issue.
Oh god,
SQ5 said Ishoku desu, and the YouTube live chat says it's the same. That's wrong.
Oh no. Yeah, it's not doing that for me. Maybe that's like an experimental live chat.
Maybe.
feature.
I didn't.
That's
I never
bad.
said I wanted this.
Yeah,
I have to
that's
mouse
really
over
bad.
his. I have to mouse over his chat to see what he's saying. It's Ishoku. Yeah, I kind of figured it was Ishoku.
Hey, look. You
Hey,
can't
look,
just
a
use it.
live example of why this is not good enough yet. SQ5 is saying Ishoku desu, as in it's Ishoku, not. You're seeing it in Japanese? That's weird. Where did this come from?
So the card text says if only one color is attached, you can send one share to the archive. But the actual meaning there is one of those
yes.
colors. Because there are going to likely be cards that allow you to attach these like cheer tokens to cards.
Mm-hmm.
And so the top card would potentially allow you to activate the effect even if a completely different color than was intended was attached. You need to actually be specific. They're not being specific.
Yeah, also, you could have if the reading was only one of those colors, it could be like, yeah, all sorts of odd use cases.
Because it specifically says dochiraka.
Yeah, dochiraka. Like, and
One of those two.
it's weird because you will see in some of the other cards, this you may send 2 shears. They got this right here, but in other cards they get it wrong, which is very odd. You'll see. Like, let's go to the next one. This is Kobo. I think that 相手のバックホロメン1人に特殊ダメージ. This is weird. This is like, I don't know how this happens. Like, how does this happen? Deal 10 special damage to your opponent's back hollow men.
Yeah,
No.
That specifically says shitori.
1. I don't think we need to talk about this. This is very clear.
Says
This
one
went to
of
print.
right
That's
there.
wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. I don't know how that happens. Another Kobo.
Like whenever people say they signed off on it, it had oversight, it was approved.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, that's kind of one of the other points I wanted to raise. It's like, thank you, Damien. Yeah, it's auto-translating Japanese text in my life. Why? I never agreed to this. This is like the one language I don't want auto-translated. What the fuck?
Oh god, it's just like when I had to do so much bullshit to stop it from, like, auto-dubbing videos.
Oh, I hate that.
The worst thing in the known universe.
Eris chat, Eris subscriber coming through. Yeah, it's happened. Well, I can't screenshot it now. It'll mess up all kinds of stuff. But for Biochel Apocalypse. Oh no. Yeah, auto dubbed. Oh man. Anyway, this card. このホロメンのエール2枚をアーカイブできる。相手のバックホロメン全員に特殊ダメージ30を与える。ただし、ダウンしても相手のライフは減らない。
They just kind of didn't know the directionality of that Zane.
Yeah, that's weird. If all of your, because they said if all of your opponent's back element HP is reduced by a total of, that's not correct.
That's so ambiguous.
Yeah.
That you could argue the meaning of that like 3 different ways.
This one is I think this one is hard, to be honest. I don't think this is machine trained. No, I don't. Oh, god damn it. It's auto. I have to look for the stupid icon next to people who are posting in Japanese because it gets auto translated. This one is difficult, right? 相手のバックホルメン全員の HP が80以上減っているなら because it's the no here is the key. 全員の HP. Because this is now a pool of all back hollow men's HP. It is not all. If it was Zane HP, if there was no here, then it would not be. This implies it's like a pool of all of their HP. It's the total. Yeah.
Yeah, the top one could be read as that, or it could be read as each card that is in the back has to have 80 or more damage on them individually.
Yeah.
Like, each of them has to have 80 damage on them. Could be a reading for that top one, which is why you can't do that.
Yeah. So that's why this no here is so important. It's this is also important.
Yeah.
Like, you have to make sure.
Some.
Yeah. 合計80以上. The sum. So that's why this is like, it's not necessarily a total. Oh, it's so fucked. I hate this. Now everyone's just clowning on me with these auto-translated texts in my chat.
Yeah, this is making it unreadable.
Is it doing it for you?
I mean, no, but
I don't know why this happened.
I mean, it's in general unreadable when people are posting random ass Japanese shit in chat that has nothing to do with anything.
Oh, this one is weird too. I don't know how this happened. So, Also, I really like the art of these cards, actually. I think they're comfy. They use a lot of different artists, it seems. So, if you're... So, このターンに自分のモココアビスガードがアーツを使っていたなら... And you noticed, like, how very precise the grammar is. It's like...
It's gotta be precise.
It has to be precise for a card game. このアーツ、プラス40. I want to say 40度, but I know it's just 40. このターンに自分の推しスキル、モコちゃんを使っていったなら、さらにこのアーツプラス30. Do you see this さらに? That's more. So this card text here reads
an additional.
But this is actually like worse. Like if the original card text was correct, it would be if your Mokoko Abyss card has used arts during this turn, this arts get plus 40. If your Oshi skill Moko-chan was used this turn, this arts gets plus 30. That's bad.
Yeah, you could see somebody reading that and going, "Wait a second, is it worse if I use the other one, or do they get added together?" It's ambiguous.
Yeah, for this, it's added together. Sarani.
They just didn't include the sarani.
It shouldn't be more. It should be
an additional.
Yeah, Shuya, these are the 11 errata cards. We're going through all of them.
Those cards.
These are those cards.
Then, like,
an additional 30. I think additional 30 is better than
additional.
30 more. Oh, this one actually I have an issue with that wasn't listed in the errata.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So look at this card text. Boku no me dake mite. And then, it's hard to see here.
Wait a minute.
No other eyes compared to mine. That's wrong. That's so wrong. This is also still wrong.
Oh,
I don't know why they translated it like that. This boku no me dake mite is like only, I only want you to look at me, right? Or just look at my eyes. I don't know. You'd have to know more about the character. I don't know. I don't know her very well.
Should be like, I don't know. You would be like, just look at me, or like,
just look at me.
All eyes on me.
Yeah, all eyes on me. But it's supposed to be like, she's doing like the oji-san, right? Like the prince kind of thing.
Yeah, she's doing the princely bit thing here. Yes, that's very funny.
It's just wrong. It's like, no other eyes compared to mine. No. All eyes on me, no eyes on you. Yes.
God, that's funny, though.
I know, it's just, I thought, I noticed that one when I was going through it, but it's like, this is not correct. It's still wrong. Somebody should tell them. Like, no. Oh, this is the May. So here's a really interesting grammar point for Japanese that is kind of important. Again, Japanese perfectly capable of being specific. Perfectly capable. So, 自分のステージにお酒、ハッシュタグお酒を持つホロメンが3位以上いるなら、自分のアーカイブの L1 枚を自分のお酒を持つバックのホロメンに送れる。送れる。Not 送る。Not 送る。It's 送れる。Yes, exactly. They made it so you can do something that you have to. Exactly. This form is potential. You can do it. Okureru. It can be done, but it's not necessarily being done.
Michael.
What?
The worst translation of the day text is partially
is it partially occluding? Oh, okay, let me see if I can fix
it. Now that you've highlighted it, I can see it now.
Oh, I see that. Let me see if I can... Where is that? Oh, there it is. Okay. You're right.
I could only really tell what was going on once you highlighted.
Yeah. Right, so this is...
That's a May effect?
That's a May. You may send. They
May
caught it, but after
important.
printing. Yeah, whether something is optional or mandatory is very important in trading card games.
Dude,
extremely.
There's even a difference between, in Magic the Gathering, there's even a difference between a May effect and then a wording I was looking at an Oko card recently, one of the newer ones, and it said, at the start of combat, it becomes a copy of up to one target creature you control.
Oh yeah,
where
yeah,
the
that.
up to one wording was specifically indicating that you would pick the target as the effect goes on the stack instead of on resolution of the effect. And like that shit matters too.
Yeah, they caught it after printing, but before release. Yeah, these cards are not released yet. But they're not going to issue any corrections. It's just you. If you're playing the game, you have to use the errata that they've given you. Which I'm like, somebody's getting raked over the coals for this.
Somebody
is having a very bad day at work. Trust me. Oh really? They do Stimul-Yoi? That's interesting. Is that just to make it like really, really super clear in MTG?
That would make a lot of sense in the Magic translation or the Japanese translation of Magic.
Yeah.
Like Magic wording is the rules system, and it needs to be absurdly precise.
Yeah.
So like they're gonna go all out to make it as specific as physically possible.
I
That,
really
like,
do like the
you
art
may
on these
do
cards.
that.
先生の声を出す I love that. Anyway. So, what is this? このホロメンのエールを1枚アーカイブできる。自分のデッキから。
Yeah.
The rules text here are just like broken. You may archive
Yeah,
one
this
cheer
is-
from this Holoman. Reveal one debut Holoman with a different card name from all Holomen on your stage and add it to hand. The shuffle, that doesn't work.
From where?
Yeah, from
I
where?
mean, it's somewhat kind of implied by shuffle the deck, but that you need to actually specify that.
自分のデッキから自分のステージのホロメン全員とイナルカード。いや、イナルカード名のデビューホロメン1枚を。What is this? 公開? No, I can't read. I need more alcohol. Oh, I said alcohol. I need more caffeine. What is Kolkai? I shouldn't second guess myself all the time.
I'd be doing that a lot.
But yeah, it says from your deck. Yeah, from my back
I mean,
pocket.
that is a thing.
But the thing is,
Magic does.
well,
outside the game,
I don't know
like,
if this
from
game
the
has a
side-
graveyard mechanic, but like technically you could do this right from like the stage or something.
Yeah, it doesn't specify, so you have no like. You need to specify in card games.
Yeah, you have to be specific.
But also, like, it just says from your deck.
Now this
so
one I actually
it-
wanted to ask SQ5 about because I'm curious how he reads this because the error here is clear, right? But I can understand why this mistake in particular happened. Okay, so like the issue here is like サイコロを1回触れる出た目の数が自分のライフ以上ならこのアーツプラス60。出た目の数が自分のライフ以下なら自分のデッキを1枚引く。Now, let me explain why this is such a pain in the ass. In Japanese, 以上 and 以下 include the number itself. So if you say 10歳以下, that's 10 and below. 10歳以上 is 10 and above. If it's 未満, then it does not include. This is important for like when you're getting a driver's license and stuff, or like or for like a why can I only think of the word at UNG? Amusement park, right? So if it's like 110センチ未満のお子様はご利用いただけません、できません, right? Then it's you have to be at least 110 centimeters to ride, right? It does not include 110. Like, if you're 109, you can't ride. You have to be above 110. It's exclusionary. So this ijo is equal to, greater than or equal 2. So the correction is right, but it's weird text, right? The way I'm reading this is if it's equal to your life, you get both effects.
I mean, yeah, that would be implied.
I believe this has got to be the implication, right?
I think that would be intentional, just like as a fun thing.
I think that's what it has to be, right? If you roll exactly your life, you get both. But in the error, that's not there, right? If it's more than your life, it's plus 60. If it's less, then it's ambiguous what happens if it's exactly. In this, it's clear.
I mean, I think that would be intentional because
it has to be intentional, right?
In card games, that is the sort of thing that you actually do want to make. Like, that's a thing that card game designers, like, actually intentionally gun for, are those sort of aspirational moments.
Yeah.
You want to give people a cool thing to gun for to try and get, like, a super amazing cool result. It's like, oh shit, if it's the same, I get both. And then the player is engaged and feels smart.
This one is just like... I don't know how this... In the error, it would mean nothing happens since nothing is stated to happen. That's true. Is it? If the result is more than the error life? Yeah. You're right, because there's no equal text. Then nothing happens. Right, you're right. Good. Like, logically speaking, nothing happens. You roll exactly your life, you get nothing.
You get nothing. Your card does fucking nothing.
Good job. Now, this is crazy. Look at this here. このカードは自分の Shure. It's gotta be Shure, right? I'm not crazy, right?
What,
no, tefuda. No, it's tefuda. Fuck.
Yeah, it's tefuda. That's your hand.
Fuck. Oh, that's not even the right day. It's just the side. I'm sure SQ5 can understand why I thought that was day for a second. I hate kanji. Anyway. I love kanji. Game. I'm sorry. Tefuda. I should know this. I don't play card games in Japanese. I don't play card games in general. But it's tefuda. Anyway.
Yeah, that's
自分の手札1枚か自分のステージの石の炎1枚をアーカイブしなければ使えない。
Yeah, this card can only be used if
you archive
this card. Archive one card from your hand
or
Stone Axe from your stage.
Or Stone Axe from your stage. The ka here.
They just kind of ignored.
They just like forgot it was there. It's very odd. Like, okay, I'm gonna ask Gork about this one.
Like any MTL program would get that correct because it's not just going to randomly ignore text.
Well, this is topical. I'm being topical, boys. We gotta ride those social media waves. I should be talking about barbecue and big steaks for the Japanese audience.
Hell yeah.
Dude, a side note. I posted about Midtown Barbecue, which is like a place. I think they have a couple of locations in Tokyo. I just said, hi, I'm American. I guarantee this, like, I can vouch for this place's, like, for the barbecue they have here. That shit popped the fuck off. It was like 40,000 likes on Twitter of people just saying the American has approved of this barbecue restaurant. We must go.
They should fucking pay you for that.
It was insane. It's been very fun on Twitter recently. Yes. No, I've had like 5 or 6 just pop off. It's crazy. Yeah, even Gork gets this, says, this card cannot be used unless you archive 1 card from your hand or 1 Stone Axe from your stage. Yeah, it's not hard.
Yeah, it's not. But then the wording is not actually like card game wording.
No, it's not. It should be only used. Can only be used.
You would still need an editor, which means that you could still have somebody who would just randomly forget text.
Okay. During your opponent's turn, when the holoman this mascot is attached to is down, you may reattach 1 cheer from this holoman to your other holoman with singing. 相手のターンでこのファンがついているホロメンがダウンしたとき、このホロメンのエール1枚を自分の他の 歌を持つホロ面に付け替えられる.
Yeah, the problem is that like literally the word fan is likely keyworded.
Yeah, it's a
and
keyworded.
referenced.
It's a keyword.
Like that's going to be referenced on other cards, or like potentially.
Yeah,
be...
they changed mascot to they changed fan to mascot. Yeah, it's just inconsistent.
You can't do that. That's just again a random.
But it's also wrong because look at the art here. It's support fan. So it's like, what is this talking about? Why is this mascot?
Yeah, that doesn't. So they've got fan on the top left on the English card, translated to fan.
And it's just katakana font.
It says mascot.
Yeah, it's just not. It's not good.
How do you do that?
I don't understand how this happens.
How do you do that?
Yeah, bro, what?
That doesn't. Huh?
That doesn't make real time people sense. It's not. You can't do that. So this was a fun little aside. I think we'll probably, do more of these little aside bits covering topical topics. It's a talk show. Like, to sum it up, basically, it's like, I don't understand how something like this could happen at a I do understand and I don't understand, right? I understand the pure mechanics of how this could happen, just because I've worked at Japanese companies before, and there's like a lot of, even if you see something as an issue, bringing it up to a superior could be more trouble than it's worth. A lot of times. It's just the way that things are structured can be very high pressure. I'm not excusing it. It should not have happened. But especially at Hololive. It's just like, especially at Hololive. And I think I agree with Dak, is like they got people from just like the pool of their translation team who are not familiar with card games. And they don't know how card games work. And so they just translated it like they were translating anything else. But that's not how this works. Like, this is closer to technical translation than it is to... It's closer to, like, legal translation than it is to just, colorful, honestly, like, translation.
You could make an argument that translating for, like, Magic the Gathering cards would be more difficult than legal translation.
Oh, no. No. No, it's not. Trust me, it's not. Trust me, it's not.
I think that.
Have you ever tried to read? Have you ever tried to read a Japanese legal document? My God,
kind of?
I've gone over.
Have you ever tried to read the comprehensive Magic the Gathering rules?
No.
Bible.
To be fair, no.
Okay, it's pretty fucking
but
bad.
I mean, 2 weeks ago, I was going over a rental agreement for like machinery that specified stuff like the terms, There was like, oh my gosh. Oh, am I thinking of the right term here? It's like, yeah, you use terms like 指摘された場所. Like, this equipment can only be used under these conditions in the specified location and it's like, oh, it gets all kinds of specific. Like, It's bad. It's bad. So now to pivot to something for something completely different.
This is what happens when you have a translation that is done by people who know exactly what the hell is going on.
Yes. So we're gonna swap over now to let me make sure I grab this. Undertale.
Obviously.
It's perfect. I swear to God, it's perfect. I would have never thought of this in a million years, but it's perfect.
All of his lines are fucking perfect.